But whoever obeys and teaches these commandments will be called greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Brothers and sisters, why is it that Jesus said that those who obey and teach this commandment will be great in the kingdom of the Lord? Because we know, that obeying is already in some way teaching others about what we have to do as Christians, especially as St. Paul said, and even St. Peter in their writings, they talk about being subjective to the authority that is in them. Kaya nga, importante as Christians, as religious, as priests, as lay, that we should be the first to give an example of obedience. We should not be the first to be example of disobedience. Kaya nga, the first, according to St. Thomas Aquinas, the first sin of our first parents, Adam and Eve, in the Garden of Eden, is none other than disobedience. And we know that disobedience is always a fruit, a consequence of pride. But obedience, if it is really done, especially with the love of God, can be a means of our salvation. I remember the story of Saint Joseph Cupertino, who exorcised a possessed, I think, woman or a girl, by virtue only of obedience, to the superior. And when the devil asked him, what are you doing here? Why have you come? Who gave you permission? And simply, with the simplicity and humility, St. Joseph Cupertino said, I came here by virtue of obedience, and I tell you, evil spirit, get out. And the devil went out, and the person was delivered. See? And brothers and sisters, there is power in obedience. Another story is when, I think, Saint Vincent de Paul or Saint Francis de Sales, there were many sick friars, or brothers in the convent. And when he asked them, he said, okay, brothers, by virtue of obedience, go out and do your duties. And those brothers, although weak, they tried to stand and obey Saint Francis or Saint Vincent. They were healed. But those brothers who looked upon their sickness, of course, there's the difference between really who are really sick or are really only but those who really, although they are weak, they obeyed, they were healed, in their sickness. Just the same when Saint Francis of Assisi, brought to him 2 novices, and he tests these novices, by virtue of obedience to plant, yung cabbage yata yun, to plant it downward instead of upward. And one of it is a very intelligent youth. Sabi niya, sino ba nagtanim ng na nakabaliktad? Di ba dapat So he did not obey, And the one novice who obeyed, who planned according to what Saint Francis asked him, what happened? Then there were miracles. And what happened? No, yung kanyang itinanim na baliktad, no, na yung ulo nasa sa yuta, no, it blossomed and it gave much fruit. See? And whenever we obey, we do not only teach but give an example. The same thing, it bears fruit of miracle. No? Minsan naghihintay tayo, naghahanap tayo ng himala kasalanan. No? But you know, if we want to have miracles in our lives, himala, milagro sa atong kinabuhi, one source of miracle is obedience. No? And many saints did many accomplishment. True accomplishment. Why? Because they obey. No? Because in obedience, I repeat, there is the foundation of all virtues. And what is that? Humility. And when there's humility and then combined with the charity and love for the superior, respect for the superior, then, see, many good things can happen. Of course, we have our temperament, our characters, and yet, if we go beyond, that is the challenge of obedience, going beyond natural inclination, going beyond natural vision of those in authority. Because aminin, kahit ako, it is hard to obey. It is not really easy, especially if you only look at the physical material of that person. But if you obey for the sake of the love of God, for the sake of really showing the Lord how you love Him, Lord, I obey you because I love you. Then you will find miracle. You will receive grace and blessing from the Lord. And so, my brothers and sisters, in this first Wednesday of the month of March, dedicated to Saint Joseph, who is also a very good example of obedience, Saint Joseph, that even though in the midst of the difficulty to understand what happened to our Blessed Mother, he obeyed. Because he trusts. Yun din, nakalimutan ko yung isang ingredients ng obedience. Trust. Pagtitiwala. If you do not trust the authority, the superior, the guardian, your parents, it is hard to obey. But there is trust, pagtitiwala, then there will be a good fruit, a good consequence, and even, as I have said, a miracle that will happen. Praise be Jesus and Mary.